Hello everyone, Lucas Hardy here with Bodyworks Martial Arts Training Center. Today I want to cover you some things that we cover in the first adult intro lesson. So one of the first things that we talk about is the front position. As we know, martial arts always begins and ends with respect. So the first thing we do is we teach students about the front position. This is how we line up in class. So essentially what we do is just have our feet tight together like so. We'd make a fist with our right hand, we'd open up our left hand, cover our fist, and we'd be in a nice still formal position here. So the front position means peace over power. And what we talk to adults about is avoiding violence through knowledge. So making sure that we always try to resolve things as peaceful as we can first before resorting to any of these other movements or defensive techniques that we teach you. From there, we go over the horse stance. The horse stance is our main training stance. This is where we do all of our punches and blocks from. So the horse stance looks like this. I start in my front position. I would take my right foot, I slide out. As I slide out, I bend my knees, I make two fists, I do a cross block in front of my forehead, and then I pull my hands back to elbow positions. So one more time, I'm here in my front position, and let me actually face you guys here. So I'm in my front position, I take my foot, I slide out, sink my stance. As I do that, my hands come overhead, my hands then pull back to elbow positions. So I'm in a nice good deep stance here, my knees are bent, knees are pointing out. This teaches us a lot about getting into a good base. Teaches us that we're stronger when we're lower versus when we're up taller, okay? So I'm here in my front position, I slide out, cross block in my good horse stance. Next we go over some of our 8-point blocking system. In this 8-point blocking system, we learn about different kinds of blocks and different styles of blocks. So the first blocks I'm going to show you guys are just the first 4 blocks. So the 1 and 2 blocks look like this. So we're going to take our right hand, we're going to come down, around, and block out to the side. I bring that hand back at 2 blocks, the same thing on the other side. I would take my other hand, drop it down, come around and block, making sure that my blocks are eyebrow level. The next blocks would be our 3 and 4 blocks. A 3 block would come up, and then I just come across here like so. I pull that hand back. Next block would come up and come across this way to block. So this one I'd be using the inside part of my arms to block. So as a review, 1 block, my arm comes down around, block out to the side. 2 block, other arm comes down, around, off to the side. 3 block, arm comes up and across, blocking with the inside part of our arm. 4 block comes up and across the same way. So that would be the first 4 blocks of our 8-point blocking system. From there, we go over the basic punches. And for today, I'm just going to show you guys the basic front to knuckle punch, which again, we do out of the horse stance. So I get in my horse stance position, my hands would be at elbows, I would start with my right hand, I'd come straight out. Now the key with this is making sure that when I come out, I don't start rotating my fist until my elbow crosses my ribs. So when my elbow crosses my ribs, that's when I turn my fist over. And it's called the front knuckle punch because we're hitting with just these 2 knuckles right here. So here, I'd come straight out, strike, I'd leave it out there until the next time we would say go, in which case I'd pull this hand back at the same time that the other hand goes out, and upon the instructor's key eye, we would just go back and forth. So that's our basic front 2 knuckle punch. Now, we would then have the student come to the bag, and we practice on the bag to make sure that we have proper fist contact and making sure that we're hitting with the appropriate part of our fist. So we have the student in our good horse stance, nice and easy, we come out, and just lightly touch the bag to make sure that I'm hitting with just those 2 knuckles. From there, we talk about a front ball kick. Now, when we do our front ball kicks, we just start in a natural stance. It just makes it easier to learn the kicks in the beginning. We just have our hands up in an on guard position like so. And in the front ball kick, there's 4 parts. There's 2 chambers, and they look like this. So I'm going to chamber my leg. That's the first chamber. I curl my toes back. I snap it out as I extend my leg. I bring it back to that position, and then I put my foot down. Then I'd simply switch. I'd chamber my left leg, extend, come back, and down. And we talk about snapping the kick out. I chamber, kick, come back, come out, snap, kick, come back. Just making sure we hit all 4 parts, which are chamber, kick, returning chamber, putting our foot down. On the bag, it would look like so. I would just stand in here, hands on guard. On the bag, it's important that when we teach beginners, we would just say, kick in a pushing-like motion. So my hands will be up on guard, I chamber, kick, in a pushing-like motion, and just working on lightly kicking the bag like so, making sure that we're kicking with the ball of our foot and not with our toes or the complete bottom of our foot, because we really want to make sure that, again, it's the ball of our foot striking on that kick right there. All right? So those are some of the things that we would teach you in that first introductory lesson. I hope you guys enjoyed, and hopefully we'll see you guys soon.